Da da. It's a little bit of self-amusement there, fellas, and that's what I want to talk about today. Is self-amusement, and self-amusement is something that actually something promoted by the pickup community, but it's actually something that we already do. So we really don't need someone to teach us how to be self-amusing, because if most of us are basically average and normal, that means that we're going to be singing in the shower, or like me, I like to beatbox. And so as a matter of fact, when I remember back in the day when I was in high school, I was working at a grocery store, and this this guy who I thought was really cool, he went to a private school, so he was one of those rich kids, and he had a real hot girlfriend. And I remember one time he brought his girlfriend over to I guess to pick him up at his job. And so he worked back in the produce section, and so I remember he said, hey, I want you to meet my girlfriend. And so we went back into the back room where the produce section. And so yeah, she was hot. And so then he didn't really introduce me, but he said, yeah, this is my friend here, and he likes to beatbox. And so I, like a clown or whatever, I just like, okay, yeah, I beatbox. And so she pulled out her hand and she just kind of said, how you doing, Mr. Beatbox? And I remember that to this day, how much of a fool I felt at the time, like as if I was some kind of dancing monkey or something like that. But now that I look on it today, it was all good, because when you really are trying to achieve that level of indifference, you're not going to care what people think about you. And even if you do goofy things or silly things, or you might have silly things about your personality or goofy things that you do, it's one of those aspects of your persona that you want to be able to show off without any regrets, without any remorse, because people like that. People like when you are open and free and just let your personality out there, and you don't care one way or the other, people like you or not. And what that actually shows is a quality of leadership, because most people actually just do what everybody else does. They follow the crowd, and then it takes that one person who does something different to actually stand out. And that could be something silly or goofy, or just something self-amusing, and actually in their mind they're thinking, okay, this person's a leader because he doesn't do what the majority of people in society do. So but yeah, if you're a person who likes to sing in the shower or like to beatbox like I do, you have it within you already to be self-amusing, and that's very attractive. And so don't be afraid to use that. At least that's what I'm going to do. Like I said, I don't think I'm at that level where I can start telling guys what to do. But since I am learning self-amusement from these other pickup dating gurus and pickup companies and so forth, it's just something I thought about, and I was like, well, you know what, I already do that, but maybe sometimes I forget to actually be self-amusing when I go out and approach and talk to women. So I think now that I am more clear on the importance of self-amusement, hey, I'm just going to incorporate that in my game as part of my strategy, and just not be ashamed about it. I mean, we all like to have a good time, and women, you could think about girls who are the most prudish or the most uptight possible, and really you have to picture them kind of like your little sister, or like when you see a little baby, or maybe even a dog, kind of a dog that's kind of shy or doesn't want to be touched or doesn't want to be extra friendly at first. If you are self-amusing and then you kind of joke and dance around and do silly stuff like that in front of her, I mean, it's contagious. I mean, she's going to open up. She's going to actually. I'm sweating here because I forgot to turn the air conditioner on. She's going to feel like yeah, this guy is a cool guy. This guy's fun. Hey, I want to join the party. So that makes a lot of sense to me. It's just like you see a little sister and you're sitting there, you're teasing her and you're making little, googly eye faces and you're kind of going over the top and you're just kind of like, hey, little cute little boo-boo, whatever, you smile for me or give me a little kiss or something like that. And it's just playful and it's just, cute and funny for girls to sit there and be amused by. And it just kind of makes the atmosphere more relaxed and more less uptight and less serious. A lot of times I remember just going into pickup, you think you have to go in with this serious, James Bond type of style. And don't get me wrong, James Bond is cool now. See, a lot of people are trying to hit on James Bond, but James Bond, there's a time and place for James Bond. It's just that you have to, at the same time, balance it with self-amusement and be able to go in there and tell a girl, hey, it's all good. It's just have a good time, It's just, let me see you dance. Let me see you some dance moves, Turn around. Let me see what's going on, And women just appreciate that because they look to you for leadership. I used to have this saying back when I was teaching pickup that women beg for leadership, and that just means that they're not going to do anything first. They're going to wait for you to do it before they do it. And so, but once you do something first, and they see that you're confident, you're comfortable in doing it, no matter what it is, then they will automatically follow your lead. And that's because they're constantly begging for leadership. And beta males, or guys who don't have confidence in themselves, they too are uptight, and they too are begging for leadership. They too wait for an alpha male guy or a guy who's confident to come in there and start acting goofy or acting silly, because that's the only way they're going to loosen up. And so basically, if we could just understand that dynamic in society, then hey, we could have a lot more success when we talk to women. So basically, that's just one of the things I wanted to talk about. And if you could just ask yourself, well, do I sing in the shower, or do I beatbox, or whatever, or do I like to dance in front of the mirror, or something like that? And is it only when I am alone and nobody else is around, or is it, hey, when we go out and meet other people, or talk to my buddies, or talk to my friends, or whatever? I have a very loud laughter, and I used to be ashamed of that, but now that I think about it, I'm like, hey, that's just who I am. It's part of my personality, and I can be serious, but at the same time, I can be goofy. So, and I like to be able to show all ranges of my emotions and all ranges of my personality, so that when a girl decides if she wants to be with me, hey, she gets the whole package. She gets to see and experience everything that I have to offer. And so I think that's very important. The other thing I wanted to talk about too is mocking awkward behavior. So, part of my strategy going forward is basically going back to self-amusement, is that if a girl, for instance, tries to blow me out and, she, I don't know, chooses to ignore me or looks the other way or something like that, then you better believe it. I'm going to, I'm not going to correct her. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, but I will, mock the behavior a little bit, and just to see what happens. I mean, hey, she might turn back around and start to smile and say, all right, what do you want? But hey, at least I got her attention, and at least, I got a second chance to shoot my game. So I think mocking behavior, awkward behavior is a good thing. I'm going to try it. I'm going to see what happens. I mean, right now I'm just in theory mode, but But the way I see it is that, you know, just like when your little sister tries to throw a fit, or let's say you take her toy away or something like that, and then or your niece or whatever, like I just had a niece that was born, you know, you take her toy away and she starts to throw a fit, start to cry or whatever, and you can mock that, you know, you can make a joke out of it, you can make a goofy face, you know, like boo, you know, something like that, and just see how she reacts, and more likely it's going to change the little baby's mood, right? Or if you're talking to you know, somebody that's just really a negative person, you know, you can actually crack jokes and mock behavior that would actually change their mood, and that is a sign of true leadership and true confidence, is when you're able to change the mood of another person who's less confident, and maybe give a confidence boost to a person who may be less confident than you. So anyway, so that's one of the things I'm going to be working on. And then I want to tease you about what I'm going to talk about in my next video. And I do appreciate everybody taking a chance to watch my videos. I know I haven't had a lot of views yet, but I know they'll increase. So one of the things I'm going to talk about in my next video is nostalgia. And I just say that I used to be a person who was always looking for opportunities to be nostalgic, and not so more anymore. And I'll tell you why in my next video, because I think there's a danger in being nostalgic, and it's okay to reminisce, but I'm not going to tell you more than that. We'll just wait till the next video and we'll talk about nostalgia. But to recap what I just talked about in this video, hey, if you sing in the shower, you like to beatbox, or you like to, you know, get your little groove on or whatever, you don't care about what other people say or what other people think when you're doing it, then hey, I think that's a good strategy to go by, and just go for it, and then just, hey, keep macking.